Subscribe our channel. Stay till the end of the stories for more twist and turn. Comment us about what kind of stories you like to hear. AITA for ruining my wife's relationship with her male friend? My wife, 28F, and I, 28 meters, have been married for the past 2 years. Our dating history goes back to high school with some off periods in between. We broke up for the first time when we moved to different states for college. There was a lot of miscommunication as neither of us wanted to be broken up, yet we thought the other person wanted the breakup. We were 18 and stupid of. She found this friend in college, Aaron, who helped her move on, and they became fast friends. Wife and I reconnected when we were 22. Confessed about missing each other. Decided to give it another try. It worked out pretty well. Wife never stopped being friends with Aaron even after college, and I'm pretty fine with any male friends she has. Turns out, a co-worker of mine is gym buddies with Aaron. We got to talking about him, and my co-worker told me that Aaron has been pining over this woman ever since college. This information was a bit weird for me. I asked him if he knew who this woman was. He said he didn't know the name, but Aaron had showed him a picture. Beautiful woman. Black hair. Greenish eyes. Dimples when she smiles. This was eerily close to how my wife looks. I showed him a picture of my wife and he said yes, this is the woman. Apparently there's a lot of things he's said about my wife. From what I gathered, he's been in love with her ever since freshman year of college. He's never confessed about his feelings to her or anyone related to her. He thinks they would have worked out had I not showed up again. For this, he has a special hatred for me. I would not have believed all this, as Aaron has been nothing but nice since the last 6 years I've known him, but my co-worker showed me a WhatsApp message. It was a meme that said, when you get to know that your crush's partner has severe asthma and corona is just around the corner, with a smirking Pepe the Frog face. I have asthma. It doesn't take a genius to put 2 and 2 together. I told my wife all of this and even showed her the meme. She was devastated. Then she got angry and said that I shouldn't have told her any of this. Now she can never talk to her friend again and I was responsible for it. She thinks that Aaron has the right to feel whatever he wants as he's never acted on those feelings, and that my coworker was an idiot for sharing personal messages with me. I told her that she's still free to talk to him if she wishes. She shouts, "You think I can talk to him after I know he wants you dead? You asshole." Then storms off. I don't see how it's my fault. It's not like I actively went out of my way to gather personal information about him. I think wifey needed to know this. It's now the 2nd day and she's still not talking to me properly. AITA? Yeah, any right Aaron has to be in your wife's life went out the window when he expressed a desire to see you dead, even if he was joking. Your wife's reaction is completely unfair to you, but I'd chalk it up to her just being flooded with a lot of conflicting emotions. She probably feels deeply deceived and is now playing over every memory of her friendship with him in a completely different light. It's a lot to process. Hopefully she'll calm down and realize you're not at fault. Because you're not. You didn't go snooping or entrap Aaron, nor did you dictate that your wife must take a certain course of action. It was his actions and his alone that led to this. This is my thoughts exactly. She has been deceived since freshman year of college. Her best guy friend has been hiding his feelings this entire time. She's definitely seen him in a new light. All the conversations she's had with him changes. At least she knows that it's going to be different now. She's more upset that she lost her bestie. It sucks. But she will come around. It's just a shitty situation. I think you hit it right on. I'm trying to put myself in the wife's shoes at the moment. I don't need to put myself in Op's shoes. I'd have done the same thing in the same situation. And just thinking about it gave me that gut punch feeling. The closest parallel I have is my best friend of a little over a decade that is a bi woman. She is the person I am most candid with, no filters, no facades. 100% of the ugly truth all the time with 100% support, all the time. If my husband came up to me and told me that my best friend wanted him dead, and showed me proof, the flood of emotions that would follow would be overwhelming. I would hope I wouldn't call him an asshole, but I can absolutely see myself, depending on how my day was going, be uncontrollably angry and inconsolable and not know what to do with all of that in the moment. I also know I would be heartbroken. The grief would be absolutely real and almost tangible. And I could see myself lashing out, knowing my husband had done nothing wrong, because, in that moment I would feel he was the reason for the heartbreak. But once the dust settled I wouldn't blame him at all. And I hope Pop's wife comes to the same conclusion. Because the best friend doesn't have her best interest at heart, he has his. And that changes the entire understanding of a relationship. Mourning the end of a relationship that never really existed because its very foundations were broken with lies is hard. Finding out this thing that has been an important part of your life and who you are was never real is hard. Did she respond well? Absolutely not. Do I understand it? Absolutely. Op is golden here. I hope his wife finds peace soon and Op supports her healing, because it might seem silly from the outside but her world has been rocked in a major way and that sucks. Auntie. Aaron is an asshole quite clearly. Your wife is misdirecting her anger right now. Give her a moment to process that this really good friend, she had a major undertone she never knew about. Just relax and be supportive of her and hopefully she'll work it out herself and stop being angry at you. I'd feel especially betrayed in thinking, every time I opened up to Aaron perhaps about relationship advice, or advice on men etc., especially after Op came back into her life and she was probably making decisions on should I, she may have spoken to Aaron, a close male friend. And she can look at all his advice now in a different light of, was he really trying to help? Was that advice meant to drive a wedge between us? Very well said. Looks like a typical case of killing the messenger, but once she gets over the initial shock, she'll acknowledge that Op's done nothing wrong. This is exactly what I came here to say. The whole interaction stinks of you being the only person close when the walls came crashing down. It's like that don't shoot the messenger, you were the messenger. Try to be empathetic and understanding, I have no doubt when it all comes down she's going to apologize. But make sure you're being as supportive and loving as you can be, she will be feeling guilty as well, and a bit of talk will help. Yes, the quote about how Aaron wants him dead makes it clear she's pissed at Aaron and feeling upset about it. It sounds like she really does care for Op. You were open and honest with her, as you should be. She is taking this so poorly because someone who appears to be nice and friendly to both you and her turned out to be two-faced with a really horrible side. I agree, Auntie A. Communication is key in a relationship and you told your wife what you found out. It would be uncomfortable not saying anything at all while they still hang out. I understand your wife has lost a friend after what you told her, but she needs to realize things from your perspective. She shouldn't be getting mad at anyone but Aaron. Auntie A. Aaron is the one who sent that message. You're just the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. You also didn't tell your wife that she can't continue to be friends with him, she made that decision on her own. Honestly, I commend you for saying it's okay that she can continue her friendship with him. I know a lot of people would have acted differently in that situation. I would give her a bit of space. She is clearly struggling with this information. However, if she doesn't talk to you within another day, I would talk to her and say you didn't mean to hurt her with this information, but you thought that it was important for her to know. Hopefully you can talk through it calmly and resolve things up. Auntie A, neither is your wife. Aaron is though. You're Auntie A because you didn't seek out the information, and it was right for you to share it with your wife. Your wife is Auntie A because it sounds like this was a shock to her, and she's upset that she can't keep her friendship going, which I know you've said you are comfortable with, but she is clearly not. Aaron is TA because he never spoke up and has clearly not made an effort to move on, and he's making jokes about you dying. Auntie A, although I can understand why your wife is upset, she's taking it out on the wrong person. Sounds like she's overwhelmed from learning that someone who she thought was a very good friend to her had ulterior motives, or, at the very least, something else in mind, all along. I think it's a far stretch to assume that this guy genuinely wants you dead, though. Sounds like a bit of salty dark humor, to me. Not funny, mind you, but I wouldn't take it seriously. She's right in that Aaron can feel however he likes and that it's important to note he's never done anything inappropriate but, well, it'll be kind of difficult to look at him the same way again, with or without his resentment towards you. She probably just needs to adjust to this loss. Thanks for listening so far. If story have update we will post here. Like and subscribe to our channel for upcoming stories.